I looked up who the best superhero was, and this abomination of a list showed up. Really? Green Lantern? Are you sure? I think if you were to look at my channel, Twitter, wardrobe, bedroom, or desktop, it would be really easy to assume that my favorite superhero was Spider-Man. I don't know why you'd think that. In actuality, my favorite superheroes are Cloak and Dagger. No, wait. In 1982, Peter Parker the Spectacular Spider-Man number 64 came out. Look, there they are! Cloak and Dagger, real names Tyrone Johnson and Tandy Bowen, in their original storyline are runaways. Tandy is a ballet dancer from Shaker Heights, Ohio. Her mother is a famous multi-millionaire supermodel who pays little to no attention to her daughter, and her father left her at a young age. Tyrone is from Boston, Massachusetts. He witnesses his friend being shot and killed by the police after being falsely accused of murder. They both run away to New York. Ty starts to steal for food and basic needs, and he sees Tandy. He is just about to steal Tandy's purse when another criminal beats him to it. Ty decides to chase after the thief and return Tandy her purse. Tandy buys Ty dinner when they are approached by a man named Simon Marshall. He offers them to come back to his lab with promises of food and shelter. Turns out Simon's kind of a piece of shit. Uh-oh. He uses them as lab rats for his new synthetic form of heroin called D-Light. Ty and Tandy manage to be the only survivors of D-Light, escape Simon's lab, and start to develop powers. Ty's power set allows him to tap into the Dark Force dimension, a dimension where all light is absorbed and time doesn't seem to exist. Don't get this mixed up with the Dark Dimension, that's the one where Dormammu hangs out.
Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
You've come to die.
Ty now has the power to teleport himself anywhere by traveling through the Dark Dimension. He can also see the fears of anyone he touches and phase through solid matter. The downside is the Predator living inside the Dark Force dimension. It feeds off of light, forcing Ty to use Tandy's light as a drug just to stay alive. One time he trapped Thanos in the Dark Force dimension. It was really cool. While it lasted. Tandy has the power of light. There is an implied existence of the Light Force dimension, but nothing super concrete. Tandy can manipulate light into handheld blades that have the power to heal or destroy. The only downside is being unable to affect anything non-living. She can create light, presumably from the Light Force dimension, to blind people. She also has the power to see the hopes of whoever she touches. At this, Cloak and Dagger are born and return to seek justice for all the runaways murdered by D-Light. Starting their vigilantism with Simon Marshall, then moving on to the rest of the drug trade with Silvermane and the crime syndicate known as the Magia. What makes Cloak and Dagger special is what I call the friendly neighborhood aspect of them. Most of their stories follow them taking out organized crime or the drug trade. Rarely in the first several issues do they fight other superpowered villains. If you want to read all these early first issues, they all seem to be compiled here. I want this, more than anything else in the world. If anyone wants to buy it for me, I wouldn't say no. Two of their main superpowered villains come from trying to recreate the effects D-Light had on them. Martin Lee's Mr. Negative and Jonathan Owen's The Spot. Both of them are caught in limbo between the darkness and light. Later this year we're getting Across the Spider-Verse, the long-awaited sequel to one of the greatest superhero films of all time. The Spot is said to be the main antagonist of Across the Spider-Verse and later Beyond the Spider-Verse. So all Sony executives that are watching, please just come close. Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Sony. How's it going? My name's Andy. It's like Tandy. Kind of. I'm not expecting Cloak and Dagger to be in either Spider-Verse movie. However, I do think it would be really cool if we got a Cloak and Dagger movie in the same animation style as Spider-Verse. At this point in time, I do trust you with these characters more than I trust Disney. Fucking somehow. I'll even write and pitch the script. Please. It would make me very happy. Paramount was rumored to make a film in 2006. I wish it wasn't cancelled. They made it to the screen in smaller scales, though. They were in several episodes of the TV show Ultimate Spider-Man. They were also pretty large inside the Ultimate comic universe. In this story, Ty and Tandy are high school sweethearts on their way to senior prom when they get into a car wreck. They are legally considered dead, letting the evil corporation Roxxon experiment on them with dark matter, giving them their powers. Also, the Earth 8311 variants are Cloak and Dagger. Look at them. Read all of these. My first experience with these characters was the 2011 Spider Island event. They fight Mr. Negative, he reverses their powers, it's extremely cool, read these as well. I think what Cloak and Dagger are really needing is just a home. They've jumped from Spider-Man side characters to Shang-Chi to Doctor Strange to the X-Men. No one even knows if they're mutants. They've never been able to stand on their own, kind of like Iron Man in 2008. Give them a chance. Come on, Sony, give me my movie. The characters did end up getting a little bit of exposure through the Hulu show Cloak and Dagger. The casting is absolutely perfect. Aubrey Joseph and Olivia Holt are absolutely perfect for the roles. It changes enough about the story to keep it fresh, but sticks to all the important beats that make these characters. Season 1 is incredible, and Season 2, I don't like, so therefore it isn't real and I'm not entitled to talk about it. Shut up, it's my channel. The show starts in New Orleans, Louisiana in 2007. Tandy is a 10-year-old ballerina and is waiting outside for her dad. He is an extremely busy man and is late. We find out he works for a company called Roxxon. He picks up Tandy and they are driving home when a Roxxon-owned oil rig explodes just off the shore. Distracted, Tandy's father swerves into the wrong lane and gets hit by a semi-truck, plunging his car into Lake Borgne. Across town, we meet Tyrone and his older brother Billy. Billy and his friends sell car radios, and they track down one that has been stolen. They are about to break into the car and steal it back, but back out last second. Ty wants to show his older brother that he's brave and goes back to get the radio. When Billy finds out, he tells his brother that it's not right and they need to return it. The police catch them before they can though, and Ty and Billy run. The police chase them down to a shipping yard. The Roxxon oil rig explodes, and a cop with red hair and a scar covering his face shoots and kills Billy. Ty jumps into Lake Borgne to chase after Billy's body. Ty and Tandy are trapped inside the lake, about to drown. A shadow surrounds Tandy and a light over Ty. The kids reach out their hands and save each other, waking up on a beach. Roxxon shows up to Tandy's house, confiscating her dad's research, leaving Tandy and her mother without anything. This makes Tandy to have a burning hatred for Roxxon, blaming them for all of her problems. When Ty and his parents report the murder to the police, it gets covered up, saying that they've never seen a cop with that description, and that Billy died of a drug overdose, cementing Ty's lasting anger towards the world, and his belief that if he wants justice, he needs to do it himself. Jumping ahead to 2015, where the remainder of the show takes place, Ty is a senior at St. Sebastian's Preparatory School, and is a starting player for their basketball team. Tandy is living out at an abandoned church. Both her and her mother are addicted to pills just to get through the day. Tandy makes money from charming guys, going back to their houses, drugging them, and robbing them of everything they own. Ty and Tandy first meet at a party when Tandy trips into Ty, spilling beer all over him. Turns out this was a planned con to steal his wallet. Ty chases her down, and when they touch, their powers awaken. Ty starts teleporting in his sleep, and Tandy starts summoning daggers in moments of fight or flight. The rest of the season follows them developing their powers and shows the birth of Cloak and Dagger. I think what sets this show apart from the CW Disney Plus superhero shows is its lack of action and character-focused scenes. This show doesn't feel the need to shove 4 major fight scenes into each episode. Instead, it has slow scenes where you really get to spend time with each character. Now, this could easily make the pacing sluggishly slow, but I would rather have garbage pacing over garbage characters. Also, with all of this development, when the characters' goals are eventually met, the payoff is significantly better. Thanks for sticking with me, these characters just mean the world to me. Sony, I'm serious, I know you don't have the rights to these characters, but figure it out and tweet me and I'll pitch the script. I love all of you, please subscribe, the number makes me really happy.